Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 75 of Regrowth. If you remember from the last episode, we were able to create a sub-network down here in order to basically pull out of this Living Rock network and basically be able to export it into the other blood altar. Then if I come down here, you can see that I have an export bus right there, and it's exporting into this guy. Using a little bit of buildcraft magic, we are able to pull items up into the blood altar whenever there is a redstone signal on, plus this inventory being empty. And as you can see, it's not going to do it right now because the switch is off, and that is perfect. So today we're going to work on being able to create all of the different slates, and I think to do that we're going to use an import bus on the side. And unfortunately, because of the fact that there's only one side underneath that we can really utilize, and that's already taken up by this buildcraft pipe, kind of have to make it ugly out here. I really don't like having to use the technology stuff on this, but I don't know what else to do because of the fact that it was killing my golems. So I'm going to put at least a cover there so I can make it somewhat decent looking. I can't really break into these guys or create these as facades because of the fact that they actually need to be here for the altar to actually work and to be a tier 2 right there. But I should be able to at least run this cable all the way around, and that should make that device online. Get out of here. Right there, we can see that it is online. If we put an item in there, I guess I can't place that. I can't place that either. Let me place this. Hello? Why can't I place anything in my blood altar? That was weird. I guess the facade did go in there, but you couldn't see it. Alright, so you can see that it's not pulling out the orb because it has no place to put it, and that is perfect for this particular scenario. So what I want to do is probably use an ME chest, just like this. Well, not here, but I'm going to put it down there. I want to be able to put these slates in the chest, all of the ones that I really care about, and we can probably put it, well, I kind of need the top visible. Well, technically I don't. Can I make this rotate? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like I can make it go upside down. Ooh, I can. There we go. I'll just make that upside down. So if I look in here, we can see that I only have 2048 of that, and that was with the export. I'm just going to put a 1K in here, and this should have pulled the orb in there. Obviously, this is not what we want. We don't want anything to go in here because then it's basically going to fill this guy up with just random things, and it'll pull out of the altar immediately. So to remedy that, Applied Energistics has a cell workbench, and that is pretty simple. So I just need some iron and some wool. So let me grab out my AE crafting terminal thingy. There we go. And I should probably just put some of this stuff back, just for the time being. I think I needed 2 wool. Calculation processor, I think. So let me look up workbench again. Cell workbench, that is a calculation processor. A chest and 5 iron. There we go. And iron. I need 5 of these, and I am out of inventory space. I'm just going to throw this guy on the ground for now. Let my magnet pick him up so that it can follow me. Let's come up here, please. All right, so let's go ahead and craft up this workbench just like so. There we go. And I don't think this is going to require power, so let me just place it right there. And if I were to put my 1K cell in here, I can configure it with what I want to go in here. So if I put that one, imbued slate is the next one. Demonic slate comes after that, and I don't have any of the next tier. So let's go ahead and put this in here. Cool. So you can see now it has a yellow light. That means that you can't put any other types in this chest. So if I were to put these guys in here, that'll work just fine, but I can't put anything else. So that means that whenever I have my orb right there, it will not get pulled into the other network because there is not a place for it. But if I were to put, let's say, one of those guys, you can see that it gets sucked out and pulled into the other system. Nice, right? All right, so if I were to come down here, you can see I have all of those imbued slates right there, and that is perfect. I don't know what happens if I have more than a stack, so we might have to test that little theory. Will it be able to hold multiple stacks? I am not sure. That's 60, so let's go ahead and create a few more of these. Let me go ahead and flip my switch on for both the living rock export and the spawners down there so that I can start creating the blood for it. And it doesn't look like I have enough blood in there, so let's help it along a little bit. Try not to kill ourselves in the process. And that got pulled out into the network, and we're just waiting for the next little bit of living rock to go in there. So if we come down here, we should see 15, and here in a little bit, as soon as it converts, it will be 16. Right. All right, so now it's just a matter of, I really want to test this theory out. I want to make sure that it will only pull out a stack. I have not tested this. I don't know if this will actually work, but I will keep an eye on this because it's going to be quite a while until I can get to a full stack. We're at 17. As soon as we get close to a stack, I will be back and we'll see if this actually works. Alright, so it just finished adding a full stack, and I'm hoping that it stays at 64 and we'll see the reinforced plates go up. Nope, looks like it's going to continue on past, so that is kind of unfortunate. So let me turn this off real quick. That way we're not producing any more. That'll get pulled out. So I have an alternative plan. It's kind of unfortunate that that didn't work. I think it's just going to keep filling up until it has basically all of the storage used. And since this is a 1K cell, it's going to fill up until it's at 1024. And that is not what we want. So what I am going to do is change this out a little bit. No longer use a storage cell. I'm going to use a chest. So using it similar to what we did over there with the living rock, I can use a chest down here and store items in it. So let me go ahead and pull those out. Now that I have that, I should be able to pick up the chest, and let's go ahead and store a stack of those. Reinforced plates, imbued, and demonic. And now let's go ahead and grab some cobble. Because of the fact that I still have the export on, I'm going to have to pull that out real quick. And let's just fill up the other slots with that. There we go. That'll work. And I did bring it down one only because I can't open the chest with the marble right above it. So here we should be able to use a storage bus. So let's go ahead and craft up a storage bus. And if we were to place a storage bus on this guy, we can configure this. Well, is that not going to work for us? Let's make sure that it comes online. There we go. So I can clear out the cobble. That way it doesn't actually store cobble in there, but it will only store these particular plates. So if I come over here, let me look here to make sure that I can see them in the network, and I can. Unfortunately, I can see the cobble as well, but that shouldn't make any difference right now. So we have 64 of those blank slates. If I were to put another blank slate in there, it is not going to pull out of the altar right now because of the fact that it doesn't have a place to put it within the other network. So this is going to basically go up to the reinforced, and as soon as it gets reinforced, it'll put it into the system. And that is because we still have space available for reinforced. So right now we're at 61, and that'll make 62. So if I were to turn this system back on, this should output a living rock here. Come on, right there. And as soon as that converts into a slate, it will basically stay in there because it has no place to put it. And as you can see, it just sits there, and now it's going to craft up as a reinforced plate. And since we do have a spot available for reinforced plates, it will be able to add those up until a full stack. And then once a full stack is in here, it will no longer create reinforced, and it'll continue on to create the imbued slates. So we should be able to see that here in a second as soon as that converts. So now we have two AE networks, one dealing with the living rock and one for the automation of plates. And I think this is going to work out pretty well for us in the long run. I don't see too many complications with this right now. Let me just make sure that this gets pulled out on the other reinforced, and there we go. Cool. So that should be 64, a full stack. So the next one's going to be an imbued slate. So right now we have 15, so we'll remember that. All right, so now let's say that we want to be able to use all this stuff. Because of the fact that the chest is down here, and I don't really want to come in here and basically grab slates out to craft stuff, I could move all of this stuff for the most part downstairs. So let's go ahead and grab a dolly, and let's go ahead and move the dolly to right here, or the drawer, I mean. There we go. And the drawer controller needs to go with me. So let's go ahead and grab that guy as well. So drawer controller right here. And I should be able to put this storage bus on the side of the drawer controller, and that will continue the creation of the living rock. So let's make sure that it comes online, and it did. And we're back up to 2048. And if I look here, it does show up in the network, which is very cool. And we have 16 imbued slates. Nice! So that actually is working out really well. All right, so now we probably want to... I might end up moving this. I am not sure. Because I don't really see the need to have the stone up here. We'll do something with that later. Possibly. Let's just do it now. Let's go ahead and move this stuff. And let's go ahead and put the ME interface right here. Will that work? Maybe. Let's go ahead and grab the other stone. And let's go ahead and throw the stone in there. Looks like I only had 51 stone left. That's fine. All right, so now we also want to grab this storage bus, and that's to feed the other network. And I could probably just use this, although this does have stone in it. I don't think that's going to cause a problem because my export bus is configured to only grab living rock. There we go. So that should work. And let's make sure that this is extract only. Hopefully that didn't pull anything into the system that it shouldn't have. Doesn't look like it. We're up to 18 imbued slates, and that is pretty cool. That's working out really well. And I could compactify this stuff, but one thing that I want to do is create yet another network. I think another network is due for right now. And I'll probably just place this network right here. So let me go ahead and use a smart cable, and I am going to put my crafting terminal right there, right next to my teleporter. Why not? I can just come over here to do all of my crafting. I will need a facade though. Facade, I don't have any facades available, but I do have marble. So let's go ahead and grab the marble that's needed to convert the stuff into facade. I don't know if, well, I need a hollow? No. Cool. That works. All right. Cool. So now I want to be able to essentially just put all of this crap. I don't need the crafting station anymore because I can craft using that terminal over there. And I can fill in those gaps, and I will want to grab all of that stuff here in a little bit, but for the time being I could probably use an ME drive. How am I going to do that? And use an ME drive there. And if we were to, that's on the main network, so I guess the controller is part of that network. We could change that so that the controller isn't part of that network, just by probably popping that down a little bit and grabbing one of those cable bundles, dense cables. That way, or wait, what am I doing? I think I have to do that, to be honest, because of the fact that this is 18 of 32 channels. I can't have this all on a different network. So let me go ahead and move that back. I forgot about that because of the requirements for that. I could do some things here and there to remedy that, but I'm not gonna. I don't feel like it. There we go. Cool. And now it's just a matter of getting power to this guy. I have to do that through the quartz fiber. I don't know if it's going to connect to that. Doesn't look like it. So if I connect that right there, should I... Can I connect these? Probably not without connecting all of them. So that kind of stinks. Because I also want to be able to access this stuff. So technically, I guess I don't have to put this up here. I can just run this cable on the bottom. Have that one smart cable so that I can identify how many channels I'm using. Because right now we're using 4 of 8 channels. So how am I going to do this? Because I kind of want to grab, I don't know if I'm going to need living rock, but I could access it from this network here because of the fact that this network can see living rock. So let me go ahead and put an ME interface. I know this is kind of weird design, but I could put an ME interface right there. And that'll add 5 of 8 channels. And if we put another storage bus, doesn't look like I have any, so let's go ahead and craft up another storage bus. Not string, but storage bus. Come on. There we go. I should be able to do this in the exact same way with extract only. And connect those two together. And right now we just need to get power into this. And I think I should be able just to connect it to any power. So I could come off of this right here, to be honest. And that should power that network. We have 3 of 8 channels. Let's run upstairs real quick and see. Do we have access to all of those items? And we do. Nice. So now we have all of these items, and we can put other items eventually. Right now we can't because we don't have any storage, but I did put that drive right underneath. So if I were to put in a storage cell, like that guy right there, this one's partitioned, so I need to clear off the other partition with the other cell workbench, since we don't need that anymore. So let's go ahead and clear that. Configure? No? How do I clear that? There we go. I think that's cleared now. And we can put that one in there too. Why not? All right, cool. So let's go ahead and pick this guy up, throw him back into the AE system, and let's run up here and let's just double check. And if we were to put something in there, it will go in. Nice. So if we put in cobble, it shows 64, and I don't think it affected any of this. I think it only put it into the ME drive because of the fact that this is export only. Or extract only, means that we can't push into that network, we can only pull out. So the cobble went in this 4K ME storage cell. Nice. The only issue that I see is if I were to take out all of that, I think it'll take out all of the stuff here. So that is kind of unfortunate. I do have to put this back, otherwise it'll cause some problems. I wonder, can I partition this for extract only cobble? Will that work? No, that didn't work. Let me grab this terminal real fast. Come down here so I can actually see what I'm doing. So that didn't work. I guess that's for the storage component only, and since this is extract only, that might cause a problem. Report inaccessible items. Only extractable items will be visible. Items that cannot be extracted will be visible. Only extractable. Don't know what that means. Obviously our network isn't working that way, so that kind of stinks. I don't want to accidentally pull out the cobble. How can I deal with this where I don't accidentally pull out the cobblestone? I mean, I guess I could always just ignore it. Yeah, let's try to ignore it. Let me grab my cell workbench again. And if we put in energistics, I am not sure. I've never done this before, but I've seen it done. There's something that can go in that slot. One of these guys, a view cell. So let me craft up a view cell real quick. View cell. I need 2 quartz glass, redstone, quartz glass. There's 2 of those, some redstone. I got some of that. Some, I think it was iron. What else? Fuzzy card inverter. a Certus quartz. Grab one of those guys, and we should be able to craft up one of these view cells. There we go. And will this allow me to have the opposite? Like if I wanted to exclude cobble, does that work? No, that just shows cobble. How do I invert this? Well, storage bus, bidirectional. That is correct. I am not entirely sure. I was hoping that a view cell I can have the opposite. Well, there's an inverter card, so let's create an advanced card. Advanced card. Let's just grab one of those and a redstone torch. Do I have any of those? I do. Put those together. And that creates an inverter card. So can I... How does that work? Can I put that inverter card here? Ah, there we go. Nice. That is pretty spectacular. Of course, I think if I were to have anything that uses cobble, it will still pull out, which... Oh wait, that pulled out of my inventory. Let me just throw... Let me throw this cobble in here for now. Let me try creating something with cobble again. Nice. So that won't extract cobblestone out of this network, and it'll stay there, and we don't have to worry about it going beyond the full stack on any of these cards, and that is spectacular. I like that a lot. So let me go ahead and turn that guy off real quick, because I want to convert this reinforced plate into the appropriate next tier because of the fact that I already have over a stack. But yeah, that is kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw away a few of these things that we don't need anymore. I guess I don't need those chests, don't need acceleration cards, and throw the dolly away. We're a little bit cleaner, but should be able to at least grab that, come up here, and let's go ahead and place that guy right there, put our view cell back in, exclude the cobble, and we are golden. So now I can put everything in this chest over here and be able to use this in AE crafting. That is awesome. Alright, so let me go ahead and put everything in here. This might take me a little bit to sort through all of this stuff, but as soon as I have that, I will be back and we will start looking at the next thing. Alright, so this has been working out really well. We have a pretty good supply of slates now. As you can see, we're creating the imbued slates. I already have the full stack of the blank and reinforced. Went ahead and added the thaumic slates in there, even though I can't really create those with the altar. Figure I might as well keep the slates together. But the next part of what I want to do is I think I would like to start automating the alchemic chemistry set. But before we do that, let's kind of take a look at how this is going to work. So let me go ahead and grab my master blood orb out of here, and let's go ahead and create the most simple recipe, which is called a simple catalyst. And this is going to take a little bit of sugar, redstone, gunpowder, and our blood orb. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And it was 1 sugar, 2 redstone, gunpowder, and some glowstone. And this should be taking it out of my own personal network. Right now, my personal network is around 398,000 LP. So that was able to create it fairly quickly. And so now we have our first little bit of alchemy going. So I would like to be able to kind of automate this, which probably means that I'm going to have a additional of these orbs. I think I should be able to use, the weak blood orb, which is the first tier. So I might be able to use the weak blood orb and just keep it in there. Weak. So let's go ahead and try crafting up another one of these, and let's just double check. I only needed one of those and 2 redstone. I think that should be working, and is, even though it's in a different order than the NEI showed me, and it was able to craft up, and that is working out. And it takes a little bit of my personal LP, but that is completely fine, because once we finish through all of those plates, I should be able to put my Master Blood Orb back into the altar, and we should be fine. So I'm not entirely sure how we're going to automate this. I'm going to have to figure that out. Because of the fact that we have 5 slots, we want to make sure that it only handles putting like 1 gunpowder, 1 piece of sugar, 1 glowstone, and 2 of these redstone. Might be able to use this with maybe interfaces. I am not entirely sure, but we're gonna do some of the automation with the alchemical or alchemic chemistry set in the next episode. I am really happy with the AE system that we have so far over here. We have 3 separate networks, where one of the networks is consolidating the view across all of the others, but each one is performing a specific action, and this is going to work out really, really well. Do need to figure out how to make this blood work a little bit better for me, because it doesn't sound like the mobs are spawning at all. I'm gonna have to check that. I think it is a proximity, so if I'm standing over there, mobs are not going to be spawning for me. But we'll figure that out later. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you could rate and comment down below, it would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like the series, please hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.